All right, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I thank you for all my new subscribers. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all my likes and everything. Thank you so much, guys. But I am going to show you guys what we are going to be working tonight. This is just a simple Angular application. You guys are going to learn how to log in, how to register, and for what you guys going to need is have an API, which I'm going to share the link for the back end so that way you guys can just focus on the front end using Angular. And if you guys would like for me to, make a video about how to put the back end, you guys can send me, leave a message or comment on the bottom of the video. So let me show you guys. So this is the back end. The link I'll share, like I said, I'm going to share in the bottom of the video, or you can go to my previous video. If you actually go to the video and the bottom of where the description is, there's a link where it says link for API. You can actually get it from there too. Okay. So, also I was going to share something. So if you trying to learn the back end or you just want to deploy just for testing, I was going to share these guys. These guys called smartasp.net. They have like a 60-day free trial. They're not paying me or anything, but I was just going to share that with you guys. So that's where I have the backend deploy. So I'm using them. So that was just going to be for testing purpose. So anyways, so let me show you guys what the Angular can do. So if we go here, I'm going to start with the register. So let me make up a name. Let's make Mike, and the password is just going to be simple, easy. Boom, register. Let me go ahead and say no. Let me go ahead and log out. So let me log back in as Mike and the password. And as you see if you see on the bottom, see, I log me in. See, I can log out. I can go back to the home page. I can go here, remember. So let me go here. I was going to show you guys something on the actual application. It actually, if you notice over here in the bottom, that is coming from the back end. So once you register, you're going to get a token. See, Mike and everything. So that username is actually getting populated from the back end, and we're going to be using Angular to retrieve it. So it's right here, Mike. So that's pretty much the application, but it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to learn quite a bit how to put it together. So anyways, let me go ahead and close this here. You guys don't forget to copy the link for that. And let me go ahead and close this one. And let's start building the Angular application. All right, guys. All right, guys, I closed down what we don't need. So it's time to make an Angular application. So for how to make it, it's going to be ng new. I'm going to call this my demo. My demo. Yeah, my demo. I just want to call it. Hopefully, I don't have that name. All right, so let me go ahead and build that. Just going to take a little bit. All right, guys. So it's asking me if I want to have routings. You want to hit yes. I'm just going to use CSS. And this is going to take just a little bit. So see you in a little bit. All right, guys. So it finally opened up. So took a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up on Vscode. So I'm going to do CD my demo. Then you can type in code space dot. And that's going to open up in Vscode. Go ahead and close it. So let's go ahead and we're going to create some components. First thing I'm going to do is open my terminal. I'm going to go ahead and do ng-serve. So that will build the application because it's going to ask a couple of questions there. If you want to, I'm going to hit yes. All right. While that's building, I'm gonna create some folders. I'm gonna need one for models, one for your services. Oh. One for your services. So while that's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys something. All right, so we're gonna use Bootstrap. So every time I build an application, I use Ngx-bootstrap. So if you guys can go to this link here and click on get started. And if you follow the documentation, it actually tells you there's two different ways to do it. There's the manual way, and then there's actually the one with Angular SQLite way, which is going to install everything for you, install all the packages that you need. I'm going to use this one. So it's going to be Ngx Bootstrap. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Go ahead and install that. That's what you guys are going to need. This should not take too long. Would like to proceed? Yes. So now that up in build, I'm sorry, install. So now let's create some components. So what we're going to do is we're going to create ng generate component. We're going to create one for home. I want to skip the test because we're not doing any testing. So you can do the same thing I'm doing. It's going to skip the test. We're going to create one for the home, one for the register. So let's do one for register. You're going to need another one for the nav. This one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to skip the test. And I'm going to create one for members. Ng generate component members. That's just going to be a folder, and it's going to be member list. And the same thing, I'm going to skip the test. Okay, so that's it for now. So I am going to go here to my app component HTML here. I'm going to get rid of all of that. Actually, let me build it. User. All right, so build the application. This is just Angular. If you guys want to read more about it, you guys can click on that. But I'm not going to read anything about that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And then here I'm going to import the app. Actually, I'm going to import the app for the nav. I'm going to import the home and the bottom. Oh, I hate when it does that. No, I don't type fast. This is going to be the home. Boom, boom. All right. All right, that build. All right, home not work. Okay. So next thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and grab. I'm going to go to Bootstrap. And I want to go to examples here. And the thing that I'm going to grab is going to be, it's going to be this one. Actually, stick it up. That's not what the one. The one I'm going to do is this one, the starter template. I'm going to actually copy this one, and I'm going to go ahead and back. I'm going to grab the nav. I'm going to use this one here. That's going to be it right there. Let's go to the nav component, And let's go to the HTML. Let's do that. Let's copy that over here. Let's close this one. Let's close that. All right, cool. So I imported that. So now that I have the nav, so let's focus on the service for now. So let me go ahead and build my, let's go ahead and build my first service, okay? All right, guys. So I am going to go ahead and create my first service. Let me go ahead and stop running the server. So I'm going to do ng generate service, and I'm going to call this one. Hold on. Actually, let's do it this way. This one's going to call account. So here, it's going to be our first service. So now let's go to the app module. And here we got to import few things. We're going to import the HTTP client module. Doesn't give me any errors. That's pretty cool. All right. I spoke too soon, so I actually went red on it. So that's going to be one of them. The next one we're going to need is going to be forms module. We're going to need that one too. Let's see if I can import it automatically. No, I cannot import it automatically. Let me see if I can import. Yeah, I can import that one. For some reason, the HTTP client, it doesn't want to import by itself. So I have to do it manually. So I have to do HTTP client module. And it's going to come from the Angular. No, it's not even there. Angular. It's going to be Angular comment HTTP. All right. So that's that. We also going to need, let me see, all of that. Oh, let me go over here to the Angular. I want to make sure the Bootstrap actually import. Yeah, actually it did import it because that's how the navbar looks good. Yeah. So it did import. All right. So that's that. So now we can actually go back to the service and we can actually call our API now. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, here, what we're going to do is we actually going to create, I'm going to do a base URL, and I'm going to grab the link. The link is HTTP. Actually, I don't remember the whole thing. Let me go over here. Just copy that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry about that. So let me go ahead and copy that. So that's that. And it's the API. And over here, what do you want to do is you're inside the constructor, you want to go ahead and inject the HTTP. That way you can inject your services all over the HTTP client. Let's go ahead and import that. Okay, so that's that. The first function that I'm going to create is going to be the login. This one here, I'm going to use the login. This one I want to do, I'm going to do return this HTTP. I want to do a post. And it's going to be this base URL. And that's going to be, you got it. If we go back to the Swagger over here, if you actually look over here where it says post, register, and login, it says the account login. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to copy this where it says account login. Just following the path, right, practically. And also here, what you want to do is you want to pass the model, and I'm going to put that any. And you guys will see that once I create the form to log in. So here, I want to do is I want to map it. I want to map the response. So I'm going to do the response. I'm going to lower that, lowercase response. Oh, almost forgot. I got to create the model for the users. So let's go over here. Let's create an interface. And this one's going to be, it's going to be user. Okay, let me see. All right, so inside the user, you're going to need two properties. So it's going to be username, and that is going to be a string. And then you're going to need a token. And that is also going to be a string. So now we can go back to our service. And you want to make respond user. So let's go ahead and import that. Okay, and then this. Oh, we also have to import the map. So the map operator. So let's go ahead and import that. And let's pass it here. This is going to come from the RxJS. RxJS. And that's from operators. Okay. So now that we have that, let's create a user. Let's do constant user. And it's going to be equal to the response. Okay. Let's make sure we have everything. Yep, it's going to be equal to the response. Oh, and the reason why it's like that, I almost forgot to tell you guys. The reason is that, so you got to go back over here in the bottom is I forgot to change it when I was creating the application. It's the mode over here where it says strip. I'm sorry. You have to change it to false. So if you go back to account service, see the error would disappear. So that's the strict mode. So you want to turn that off. All right. So now that I have that, I'm going to create another one. It's going to be called another function. It's going to be called set current user. This one is going to be, you're going to require to pass user from the user interface. And this one you want to do is local storage. So once you log in, you want to save it. So you want to set item, and then you want to pass the user. And what you want to do is stringify, and you want to pass the user. Okay, so now that's that. So over here you want to do, if there's a user, you want to set this set current user to user. Yep, just like that. So that's the login. So let's focus now on the in the register. Okay, so in the register, we also going to need a model, and then you're going to make that any. So here you want to do is return this HTTP. Of course, it's going to be a post because you're registering this base URL. I mean, yeah, base URL, and it's going to be the same thing. You want to do account register. Cool. And you want to pass the model. And then you do pipe. And the same thing you want to do is map. You want to map the user. And you want to do is if user is set current user. Okay, cool. So when you register, I don't know if you noticed when you guys were watching the demo. So if you register, you want the name to pop up in the navbar when you register. So this is what it's going to do. All right. So, and now that we have that, the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to create a logout. So let's create that logout. Here, all you're going to do is you want to go to the local storage and you want to remove the item, which is the token of the user. And you want to do this. Oh, I have to create this. Hold on. 1 second. All right, so what I want to do is I want to grab and I want to get the current user. I'm going to create a variable which is going to be a private current user source, and this one I'm going to use the replay subject. I'm going to pass the user. So I'm going to pass the user here. So you can create a new one. And this one I'm going to call it current user. That way we can make it asynchronous. This current user source as observable. All right, so now that we have that, we can actually go do some changes over here. So let's go here in the bottom of. So here where it says set current user, I want to do is I want to pass this current user source and use next user. Same thing I'm going to do here. I'm going to do this current user source next, and we're going to make this one equal to null. So we're going to be able to remove it. Okay, so that's going to be it for the service. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the service. All right, so now that we have that, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and delete this. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one here. All right. And now let's go back to the navbar here, to this one here. Let's focus on this one. Let's do some arrangements. Let's go ahead and change the background on this one. Let's make it primary. Let me see, navbar. Yeah, that looks good. Here I'm going to change it. I'm going to put down YouTube. I'm going to put that my demo. My demo, that's it. All right, so that's going to be that. And then oh, messed up over here. It's supposed to be fixed up, and this one's supposed to be background primary. This is just Bootstrap. Okay, so that's that, my demo. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so here I want to get rid of some of these extra ones that I'm not going to need. I'm just going to leave one. Just gonna here. You guys gonna learn if you've never done the routing with Angular. So that's pretty much what I'm going to show you guys over here. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let me get rid of that span. This one, let's name it members. Members, that's that. Let me see, that's that. All right, cool. So now let's go ahead and go to the routing, which is right here. Let's go over here in the routing. Let's implement some routing. So the first one I'm going to pass, I'm going to do the very first one is going to be the home. So with routing, you gotta pass the path, and the very first one is going to be the home. But the way I'm gonna, yeah, this one here, it's going to be the home component. Home component, and this one I pass the path match, and I'm going to make it full. Actually, let's make members on the very first top. This one will do the same thing, but they change this one for members. That's component, member list component. That's that. Perfect. That's that. Yeah, it looks good. All right. So now we can go back to the navbar component here, and we can actually change this one to routing linked. This one, let's put that like that. And here, let's change this one for members. And of course, you got to put this one router link. All right, so there's one more thing that we got to do in order for that routing to work. It's that we have to go to the app, the main app component here. And we're going to have to change it here. So let's do that. Here, I want to pass the router. It's going to be router outlet. Oh, what the just happened? Oh, router. Type too slow. Vscode tries to do some craziness. All right, router. That's going to be outlet. Perfect. Let's go ahead and build it. I want to see if I have any errors. That's the cool thing about this one, about doing an Angular, because it's TypeScript. So any little misspelling or anything you do, when you build it, it'll let you know. Let me see if there's any issues with there. All right, built. One thing I want to do here, I want to put it inside a container. So let's put this inside a container. Close the div. Oh, too soon, Junior. And here, let's give it a style. Let's do margin top. This one's going to be 100 pixels. All right, let's build it and see what it looks like. Already. Look at that. Let's go. Oh my. Only the members is working. Let's go back and see why. Let me go back. Let me go ahead and close some of these. Let's clean up the area there. So let's go back over here. Did I misspell this? Let me see. It's called router link. You see? All right, so that's that. All right, cool. See, it's working now. All right. So if you guys want to create more components, you can. You're more welcome to do that. All right. So here, I want to change this. I want to create a div and I'll make a container. A container there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and save it. Actually, let me reformat this format. Yeah, let's reformat the document. Cool. So that's the, yeah, see, that's better. All right, so here, make sure it still works. Make sure they open the console, make sure there's no errors. Nope, no errors. Cool. All right. So here's going to be the login and the register here. So let's do that. Close this. I don't need that anymore. So, okay. So here, I'm going to refactor this here. So over here where the form is, it says input here. I'm going to make this one. This one's going to be for, instead of being search, it's going to be username. And so it's going to be a text. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then the button is going to be, it's going to be login. It's going to be login. Let's change this one to danger. And this one's going to be type submit. Let's copy another one. Let's make another input. One is going to be for the password. All right, so here it's going to be for play this password. And this one's type is password. Okay. Oh, let me change the background. Let's make it a different color over here in the navbar. Let's make it, I want to make it blue, I guess. So let's do that. Background primary. Oh. So I got two of those. All right. Yeah, there's the color. Oh, this one I don't want to have. I want to go ahead and take out the outline. Let's make sure we take that out. Okay, that looks good. Much better. You guys can customize it whatever you guys want to do. And here's going to be the username and everything. So if you type in password, yep, it's working so far so good. All right, so let's do some ng models here. Let's convert this form to an Angular form. So for that, in order to convert that, you got to go up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to have to pass property here is going to be called login form. And this one, you're going to need the ng form. And you want to use the ng submit. This one we're going to pass. We haven't created that one yet. You're going to pass the login. The login. All right. So here inside this input, you're going to pass. In order for this to work, you're going to need to create a name. And this one's going to be username. And then you want to pass the ng model here. This one's going to be, you got to pass the model. This one's going to be equal to username. So, all right. Same thing we're going to do for the password. For the password, in order to submit the password, you're going to have to pass that. So here, what I'm going to do is password. Password here, and it's going to be model. Password. ng model password. Password ng model. Let me see. Oh. All right. So I know we have these two errors. I'm going to show you guys a little bit how to take care of that. So here, what I want to do is I want to turn off the autocomplete. So what I want to do is autocomplete. It's going to be equal to off. All right. So now we can go to the TS file here, and we're going to do a few things here. So let's get rid of the model first. All right. So here, so in order for us to get rid of that, we're going to have to pass the model. And this one's going to, let's make it equal to any. To int array. It's going to be equal to any. All right. So now, remember the service that we created? We have to, in order for us to access that, we got to make it public. So we got to do account service, and it comes from account service. So we have to inject that into the constructor. And here, the very first thing you want to do is create a function for logging in. This one, you want to pass the account service, and you want to pass the login function. And this one is going to be this model. And then you want to subscribe to that. So you want to subscribe so that way you can get the response. Once you get the response, here, because when you want to log in, you want to redirect the whoever logged in, the user, to the members. So let's go ahead and inject the router. So let's do private router from router. So once they're logged in, you want to do this router, and you want to navigate the user to the members. So once they log in, they can actually access the page for the members. So, and if there's any errors in there, you want to pass the errors here. So here you want to console log, and you want to console log the errors. So that will let you know. Okay, so now we can create another one for the logging out. Log out. Here you want to do the same thing. This account service logout. That's simple. That is that simple. And then what you want to do is you want to send it back to the house, to the home page. This router navigate. This one's just going to be just an empty string right there. Okay. So here, so once you log in, the user, they can actually log in and they can access, once they register and everything, they can actually access, and then you want to send them to the members. If they log out, you want to send them back to the home page. That's that. Let's go back over here where it says nav. Here, let's make sure. Yeah, see, we don't have any errors and everything. All right, cool. So that's that for that. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Members, login, engine model. Perfect. So, all right. Oh, yeah. You know what we're missing here? Once you log in, remember, and from the demo, when you log in, it shows welcome user, but that's what we're missing. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that little pretty welcome there. All right. So here, this is just going to be Bootstrap. So here you want to do is you want to create a div. And you want to call this one drop down. It's just a class, and it's going to be drop down. Let's go ahead and close the div. And inside here, what you want to do is you want to pass href, which is going to be, it's going to have a class of drop down toggle, and the text is going to be light, and let's go ahead and close this, and here's going to be welcome, and let's close that right here. So when you log in, it's going to say welcome. Let's put it welcome user for now. Let's make that ngF. So when we were creating that service over here, where it is right here, we created the service. We created this. We made a current user. We made it so that way we can actually access that in the navbar. So I'm going to show you guys that. So let's make this one. Let's make this one ngF. And this one is going to be equals to the account service. And this one's going to be current user. Let's make this one async as user. So if you log in, you will show that. If you're not logged in, okay, so now let's make this one. Let me refactor this. Okay, so here you go. Okay, so here, that's that. So here on this form, I don't want to show it when, and so I want to show only if you're not logged in. So let's do this one, the ngf, and this one is going to be the same thing. It's going to be account service that current user. Make sure I spell it right. Current user with a $sign, and this one, let's make it async. And if it's equal to null, that's when you want to show it. So let's try that. Let's see what it looks like. So if you're not logged in, this will show it. If you're logged in, let's test it. Let me go to the Swagger here. I want to see, because I haven't created the register yet. So let's log in with one of the users. Let's try it out. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's try with Tim. Let me see if it works. The password was capitalized. Yeah, see, it actually worked. Look at that, guys. It worked. Cool. But, you know, that's not it. So I want to create the register. And see. So I still got to see how the actual little icon before it was showing before. Now it's not showing. So we're going to take care of that next. So that way I'll be able to log out. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So we have that so far. So here, let's create another div. So this is going to be the drop down. Here, let's give it a class. Let's call it drop down. Drop down. Hold on, drop down menu, I think so. Yeah, drop down menu. Let's give it a margin top of 3. And let's close the div. Go ahead and close the div. So inside the drop down menu, you want to have the edit profile. So here it's going to be, let's do drop down. Let's do drop down item. This one's going to be edit profile. Go ahead and close that. The next one I want to do is going to be a divider. So this one is going to be a div with a class of drop down dash divider. And let's close the div. Very simple, very straightforward. Here you want to do another one. So it's going to be a class, and this one's going to be another drop down item. Drop down item. And here it's going to be, we're going to pass the logout. So that way people can log out. All right. So here, when they click on it, not question, you want to pass the function that we created, which is called logout. Okay. So it's still not going to work because we still got to do one more thing. So if we log in as Tim, and we still got to do one more thing before. I see. Still not gonna. We still got quite a few things to do. See, it's not gonna work because we got to install something from Bootstrap. All right, so if we refresh the page, see, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna stay. So it's gonna, we still gotta do a couple of things on it. All right, so let's take care of that. Let me show you guys. So if you actually go back to the Ngx-bootstrap and go to the actual page and click on get started and go to where it says components and look for the one that says drop down right here. So it gives you examples here. You can pick different ones, like it shows you, see how you want to do that. So I'm going to pick this one. This one's going to be perfect. So that's going to be the drop down. Let me see this one. Or it can be, yeah, or it can be that one. So I'm going to pick that one for the navbar. So let me go ahead. First thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and install it. So actually it tells you the examples. So you guys can look it up in your own time. So you guys can see it. It actually tells you how to install it. So I'm just gonna copy this right here. And it gives you the requirements on it. So let me go ahead and install that. Let me go back to the app module here. And I'm gonna go ahead and install this one. Let me see if it will auto import. No, it didn't auto import. It's okay. So let's go ahead and import this. Let's keep all these. Okay, I'm gonna keep these right here. Yeah, the error is gone. All right, so now that we have that, we can go back to here to the HTML. We're gonna actually, if we look at the documentation, if you look at the documentation, it actually tells you the examples. It tells you here what to actually copy. I'm copying this one right here. See how it says you can actually implement this. So you will have to add up this. You have to add up the, it says drop down and also the one in the here in the button. See that? So you'll have to add up that. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Let me go back to my demo. All right, so it's saying to add it over here at the end. So I'm gonna do that drop down. The next one is going to be over here. Where is the div? Right here. So I'm going to add it over here. This one's going to be drop down menu. Menu. And then also over here was over here. If I go back to the documentation, let me see. Drop down toggle. Okay, so I got to add a drop down toggle. I think that's the one there. Yeah, drop down toggle. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and make sure it works. Let me close this. Actually, no, just in case. All right, so let me log in back in. Tim, password. See if it works. No, I don't need that. You're becoming annoying. Yep, it's working. And if we click out, you can log back in. Okay. Yep, you can log back out. Cool, cool. All right, guys. But you want to do it persistent. So you don't want this to log in and log out. So without you wanting to. So let's go ahead and make it persistent. All right, I don't need that anymore. All right, so in order for that to become persistent, we're going to have to go to the parent component, which is the app component TS, which is right here. And we got to do a couple of things on this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to implement, and this one's going to, we got to add up the add-init. And we're going to have to pass the constructor in order to get the service, and we have to initialize it. So it's going to be ng add-init, perfect. And here we'll have to pass, let's pass the variable, which is users. Let's make that equal, let's make that to any, to users, let's make it type any. So here is going to be the private. Account service. This one's going to be come from account services. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. My daughter had a question. All right. So we injected account service, and now that we have that, we did that. So let's go ahead and let's create a function here, which is, this is going to be the one. So that way we can persist the user. So it's going to be set current user. In this one, oh, what did I just, that was not supposed to happen. Okay, so this, we're going to create a user, and it's going to derive from the user model. Let's go ahead and import that. Let's make it pretty. And this one is going to be JSON parts, and it's going to be the local storage. You want to get the item, and you want to pass the user. Very simple. And here you want to do this account service set current user, and it's going to be set up to the user. So that way, and then now that we have created, then we have to put it, we have to initialize it. So got to pass that here. That's that. Perfect. So now we can go back and try. So let's do temp password. So if we refresh the page, it should be persistent. You see, now refreshing, I'm actually reloading the page and see it's staying user. Yeah. So now it's persistent, so it doesn't go away. Cool. So now we can focus in the register. All right, so let's go ahead and close all these. Let's go to the register here, and let's just bring in some HTML. So here we're going to need a form, and let's make this one register. Oh, what are you doing, Vscode? Okay, this one, let's make a register. Oh, you keep doing it again. Why? You drive me crazy. Register. Let's call this one register form. And this one, you're going to use the ng form. And here we're going to pass the ng submit, just like before. So in this one, we're going to call it register. We're going to pass the function. Let's turn on the autocomplete to off. Let's go ahead and close the form. And here, let's do H2. And this one, we're going to do the sign up. sign up and let's give it a class of, let's do text center, the text center. And this one's going to be text primary. And let's do HR. And here we're going to do a div with the form group. This is just plain HTML and Bootstrap. And here we're going to pass the input. The input we're going to pass is going to be the text. Let's give it a class of form control. Form control. And we're gonna pass the name. This one's going to be username. And we're going to do the same thing as we did before, very similar. So what we're going to do is the ng mod, and we're going to pass the ng model. All right. So here we're going to pass the model, and that's going to be the username. Very similar to the login. And this one is going to be placeholder, and you want to put username. Okay. Of course, it's going to give me error. Just copy that again. Oh, I didn't want that to happen. Let's copy this again. Of course, we got to change this one to password. Password. And the name is going to be password. All right, let's change that. And here it's going to be password. Supposed to be password like that. Okay, that's that. Okay, now let's create the buttons. So here, let's do a div class. Let's pass form group. And let's do text center. And let's go ahead and close the div. Go ahead and close the div. And here, let's pass two buttons. The first button is going to be, let's do a class with the btn success. This one, let's do margin 2. Go ahead and close this, and let's go ahead and name this one register. Go ahead and close the button. Very nice. Look at that. So this one's going to be typed submit. Okay, it's going to be that. Let me go ahead and copy this one for the button for the cancel. So this one is going to be a button for, this one's going to be type button. And here is going to, you're going to pass a click function. And this one's going to be called cancel. So in case they change their mind of not registering, they can cancel. All right. So now that we have that, all right. So now we got to go to the register TS, which is over here. So we got to do a few things here. All right, guys. So let's get rid of the model. So let's do model any, and let's make that equal to empty array. Let's go ahead and go to the constructor. Let's go ahead and inject the account service. On account service. Okay, once we have that, so now let's go ahead and implement the register. This one's going to be this account service, and it's going to be register. And it's going to be this model. And then guess what, guys? It's just going to be the same like logging in, subscribe, and you want to get the response. That's the response here. And then you want to do console log the response. We got to create this one that's called cancel. That's if you want to cancel. We got to create this. Here's going to be the error. If there's any errors, this is where you want to put it. So you want to console log. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and create that cancel. Create that cancel, and this one is going to be this. That cancel register. Did I create this one? No, I didn't create this one. Okay, we'll come back to this one because I still got to do something. Okay, model. Okay. So this one, what I want to do is I'm going to show it on the home page. So let's go to the home page. Let's go over here. Let's work on that. So I want to show the register here. So you want to do this. Give an example. Register. So I want this to appear in the home page. So see, I want to show it over here, but I want to show it differently. All right, so that's just way too big. So let's go ahead and fix it. Let's go back to the home component. All right. So here, let's get rid of that. Let's go ahead and create a div. This one's going to be a container. And this one's with the margin top 5. Let's pass this bootstrap class, which is Jumbotron. Let's pass that. And here, let's do a div. And this one, let's not give it a class. Let's do style. This one you want to do text align. And that's going to be center. Go ahead and close that. Here, we're going to pass the H1. And so I'm going to put down let's just put down single page application. And here, let's pass, not password, let's pass a paragraph. This one here, let's give it a class of lead. So here, let's put down let's work together. Let's work together with Angular. All you need to do is sign up. Just some dummy text. All right. So here, let's do a div with a class of center, text center. And here we're going to pass 2 buttons. The very first one is going to be register. Let's create another button. This one's going to be learn more. All right, so Let's see what it looks like so far. All right, let's see what it, oh, here. Let's put this one inside this div. Put that in there for now. Oh, wow, it looks so crazy looking. All right, so now that we have that, I'm gonna go ahead and give some style to the button. So let's do class btn primary. And let's do btn large with a margin 2. Primary 10, 10, 10. And here, let's give it a class. This one's going to be btn dash info. And this one's going to be btn. Let's make it large. Let's see. Oh, that's way too big. Okay, let's do btn primary, btn large. Okay, I messed up over here. That's what it was. Yeah, now it looks good. All right. So now that we have that, we're still not finished. We still got to give some more style. So let's go ahead and close that div. Let's create another div, which is this one's going to be. This one is going to be a container. So inside this container, we are going to pass. We are going to pass another div, which is this one's going to be a row. Let's give it a justify content. And let's give it center. Let's go ahead and close that div. All right, let's create another div with the row. The row. All right, so that's that. Actually, no, this one, let's make it a row. Let's make colon that medium at 4. Now here is where we can pass the register. We don't want to have it that big, so I give it a colon with the medium 4. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. See how pretty it looks. Okay, so it looks okay. It looks it can. I mean, it could be better, but it's doable. All right, so that's that. Oh, and then forgot to do something over here on the register. I don't know if you notice it says register over here. And I just got to change this one to cancel. So, all right, so register, cancel. Okay. So I don't want to show this. I don't want to show that. So what I'm going to do is let's go to the home TS. Let's go over here. All right, so I don't want to show the register form. So what I do is I want to do register mode, and make that equal to false. So that way, when it first starts, it's hiding. So let's create a function which is going to be register toggle. This one's going to be register toggle. Here, what we want to do is we want to do this register mode. It's going to be equal to this registered mode. So that way you can kind of toggle back and forward. Okay. So we can go now. We can actually, no, let's actually create a cancel register too. Cancel register. And this one is going to be an event. And that's going to be Boolean. So now that we have that, we want to do this. register mode, we're going to make it a event. That's it for that. Okay. So now I want to go back to the home HTML. So here now we can do an ngIf. So here we want to do ngIf. So this one's going to be register mode. There you go. Yeah, you see, now it's not showing. Because so what I did is I actually went to the TS, which is over here. So it starts, I made it Boolean so that way it doesn't, that way it stays close. Now let's see if it actually tackles. Oh, it won't toggle because we have to, I almost forgot. We have to go to the register TS and we have to inject it from there. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we want to access that cancel register from the parent component. Okay, hold on. So you want to be able to access this one inside. So I want to do the output. You want to do the output, and you want to do cancel register. And this one's going to be new event meter. All right, so now that we have that, we can actually, then we should be able to access this cancel register, this cancel register, and we want to do it emit, and you want to do it to false. Cancel that, cancel register emit that to false. Okay. Let me see what's, oh, I think I know why. That's supposed to be it's not supposed to go from stream. It's actually supposed to go from the core. Let me go ahead and, yeah, so if you guys notice, I implemented from the wrong location. So it's supposed to be coming from the Angular core. So let's see. Yep, the error is gone. So now that we have that, we can go back to the register HTML. No, not there. Actually to the home. And we got to do a few things here. We got to pass the cancel here in order for that to work. So in order for this to work, it's going to be, we're going to have to, we have to pass the cancel register. This one is going to be equal to cancel register mode. And this one's going to be an event with the $sign in front. So register mode. Oh, okay. So I'm missing something here. Hold on. What did I miss? It says cancel register mode. Let's go back to it here. Cancel register. It's supposed to be cancel register mode here. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. So now I should be able to cancel. No, it's still not working. Let me see, what did I do wrong? Oh, maybe I need to restart it. Let me go ahead and restart this. Sir, let me go ahead and restart it. So I restarted the application. Sometimes that helps. I don't find any errors right now, but yeah, it's still not working. All right, let me go back to this button here, the register button. Let me make sure I did implement. Right here. Oh, I see what I messed up. Okay, so I messed up over here. I forgot to put the clip. Here it's going to be register tackle. Register. Register. See, if you messed up, see, that's what I like about Angular. You know, the TypeScript. If you messed up a letter or anything, it'll actually let you know right here when it's compiling. Yeah, nothing. All right, so let's go back and see if it works. Now it works. But one more thing, I don't want to show this. When the register appears, I want this to disappear. So let's go back. So here, what I want to do is I want to do another ngif. So let's do register mode. All right, so if I, yep. All right, cool, so far. Now, this is going to be the testing. Let's see if we can actually register. So let's do, and let's come up with a name. Let's do Mark. And of course, password. Oh, that's supposed to be hiding. Let's go back right here. Let me go back to my register. And password, here, it's supposed to be password. All right. Let's see. Let's do password. Let's do Mark. Password. See if it works. If everything went okay, I should be able to register. Yeah, I did. Oh, you know what I forgot to change? I forgot to change this here. I want to have a username. So let's go back. Let's go back to the navbar right here. Let's go over here. So right, instead of saying username, I want to do this. Let's do user.username. So let's see. Uh-oh, I have an issue. Oh, I broke the application. Oh no. All right, let's see what's happening. Yeah, you see that? Now it says welcome Mark. All right, so if you want it demo. So the routing is working. See, as I want to go back, the register works. So you can register. See, I logged register Mark, so I'm logged in with Mark. So oh, and I want to make this one capitalized. I don't want to have it like lowercase. So let's do a pipe, which is over here. Let's do that right now. All right, so here, let's make it title case. See if it still works. Yeah, see, that's better. And you can log out. Let's log in again, Mark, password. Log in. Boom, voila, I'm logged in. All right, guys. This is it right here. That was the end. Thanks for watching the whole video. Thanks for staying with me all the way to the end. Either way, if you don't like the video or if you like the video, of course, I want to hear that you like the video. Either way, leave a comment, leave a message, or anything. And then don't worry, the next video, we are going to create more pages. And also we want to do like when you log in, you want to have the icon, like a little notification saying you logged in and everything. So Don't worry, guys. We'll do more with this Angular application. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to stay tuned for more videos. And again, I want to thank all my new subscribers, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget to leave a comment. All right, guys. See you on the next one.